rectangular area. The roof of the altar is quite elaborately carved. This is the other end of the temple with its altar. These columns are outside the temple at the rear. There's a wall around the whole enclosure, and inside that there was a colonnade that went all the way around, and this is part of it. A piece of carved masonry on a cart with temporary tracks used to move the heavy blocks around the site. This is a view from the top of the wall around the temple overlooking the oasis. There were many remains of columns lined up on the ground in an attempt to reconstruct them, I suspect. Another part of the colonnade with an entrance under the wall that is blocked up. Each of the steps on the right is about double the height of a normal step. Lying on the grounds was part of an old animal sacrifice. This was the view from one of the windows in our room in the pension. An intriguing picture on our wall contrasting the modern in the background with the past in the foreground. We're back into the Roman ruins of Palmyra and the unique double-arched gate. More carvings just lying around, waiting to be placed somewhere. The sun sets on the monumental arch. Breakfast in the pension was one of the best anywhere and included scrambled eggs, bread, olives, strawberry and apricot jams, butter, cheese, garlic yogurt spread, a huge amount of halva or sweet sesame seed paste, that's in the upper left-hand corner, and as always tea. In North America, halva is sold as little pieces of candy. Here it is used as a breakfast spread in large amounts. This extremely ancient stylized lion was unearthed in the temple of Alat. The white blocks were added in the reconstruction. Across from it was this sarcophagus. I went for a walk outside the walls into the oasis. Mud walls surrounded plots full of olive trees and date palm trees. This thing looked like a giant rose hip the size of my fist. Here we have a date palm. Back into the ruins of Palmyra yet again. In the distance is a hill full of burial towers overlooking the Valley of the Dead, which is also full of similar towers. It looks kind of ghostly early in the morning. What's left of the Diocletian camp, in spite of what the sign says. The airport again looming over the place. This is the temple of Baal Shamin, or the treasury. It does look like a bank, doesn't it? The baths have three sections, the frigidarium, the tepidarium, and the caldarium. This was in the Internet Cafe. An alchemist, perhaps? And so we bid Palmyra goodbye and follow the road to Damascus through the desert. Ah, Damascus, and the view from our hotel balcony with the Umayyad Mosque or Grand Mosque in the distance. After a pleasant bus ride to Damascus, we strolled around that evening and came across this government building. It has a most beautiful door. We visited the underground church of Ananias. In order to get his attention, God struck Paul blind on the road to Damascus, where he was headed to persecute the Christians. God then sent him to Ananias for healing and to learn the truth about Christ. We toured the Azim Palace with its large haramlik, reserved for the family of the Pasha, or ruler of Damascus. The stripes in the buildings are supposed to lift your eyes to heaven. There was a depiction of a girl of about 14 or younger being prepared for her wedding in the mother-in-law's chamber. She is on high clogs to make her taller than the attendants. The ceilings and the walls of the palace were beautifully carved. A hammam, or Turkish bath. A shadow play, the audience of two in the middle, the musicians to the left, the storyteller on his throne at the back, and the projector which would normally be behind the curtain. Later we'll see a live storyteller in his throne as the tradition continues today. We really like this samovar on the left. This was a huge grapevine climbing to the top of the building, kind of reminded me of Jack and the Beanstalk. The fractured English makes this really hard to read. But that's the gate it was talking about. A bread maker in the bazaar. Notice the ever-present glass of tea. The river Barada, in which Paul was baptized. Hopefully it was a little cleaner then. We'll peek into what is considered to be the oldest public bath, established around 1000 AD. It had really beautiful lamps. We wandered around the citadel. It seems to be under permanent reconstruction, so you can't go in. But these are some pictures of the outside. Another shot of the Barada as it runs beside the citadel. This is the corner store right by our hotel. As you can see, tea is taken anywhere. Breakfast at our neighborhood restaurant, always with lentil soup.